for some of these deeper conversations, especially as we take a step back at the end of the week. Ty Cobb is back with us, longtime legal expert, former prosecutor, White House attorney in the first Trump administration. Welcome back. I'll put those faces right back up here, Mr. Cobb, because between the last time you and I spoke and now, about a week, we've got those 6 new lawmakers, most of whom are veterans or intelligence veterans of some kind, and they tried to charge them this week. They just failed. How do you look at that in concert with Mr. Lemon as a defendant and these other individuals?
So I think those, the congressional 6, if you will, folks, and Mr. Lemon and Pete Hegseth, they all are wrap into the First Amendment issues. A judge in D.C., Richard Leon, yesterday excoriated Hegseth and the Department of whatever it is, Defense, for, even attempting to stifle the First Amendment privileges of Mark Kelly, a man who'd flown 39 combat missions and 4 space shuttles and served the country for decades. And he and his congressional colleagues they attempted to charge them for truthfully explaining in the terms that exist in the Uniform Code of Military Conduct that, the military, when asked to commit war crimes, is not obligated to follow illegal orders. So they got kicked out of court there. They're coming back to try to defend themselves on additional grounds, which I think will go against them. You've got Don Lemon, of course. That's a flagrant First Amendment violation. The magistrate before whom he entered a guilty plea today, only a few days ago or a week or more ago, threw out the government's request to indict Mr. Lemon. The federal judge to whom they appealed it ruled likewise, and the Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals also refused to honor what the government had attempted to do. Now, they later got a grand jury indictment, unlike the congressional 6, where not a single grand juror is reported to have voted in favor of the indictment. It's highly unusual that you don't get a true bill. It's, I think, unprecedented in America that not a single grand juror would vote for a true bill, and only with Jeanine Pirro, who couldn't indict the the ham sandwich, and Ms. Halligan in Virginia, who attempted to indict Comey and James unsuccessfully by acting inappropriately. Only these Trump sycophants that are appointed to these positions are flailing in that regard.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned Mark Kelly and his heroism. There's also just the basic fact that lawmakers are going to speak, whether they speak on video, as you said, explaining a matter of how the military works, and those veterans certainly have some credibility there. But even if one disagreed with their explanation, we have big disagreements. That's what our First Amendment protects. And here's what Kelly is saying about it.
We were saying something that we felt, because of this president and what we know about him and who he is, a message to tell people, hey, first of all, we have your backs, but this is an important message to hear, that you do not have to follow unlawful or illegal orders. We have an administration that is, trying to prosecute senators, a president who is threatening to hang U.S. senators.